In a small African kingdom by the sea, Queen Adesuwa ruled with grace and power. She was loved by her people, but she had one sorrow. She had no child. One night, she walked along the beach praying to the gods for a miracle. Suddenly, she heard a baby's cry. She followed the sound and found a beautiful baby girl, wrapped in a shimmering cloth. Overjoyed, the queen took the child, believing the gods had answered her prayers. She named her Nami, meaning gift from the sea. But little did she know, Nami was no ordinary child. Nami grew up in the palace, adored by everyone. But strange things began to happen. Whenever Nami cried, the skies would darken and the sea would roar. The villagers whispered that the child was cursed, but the queen dismissed their fears. One day, Nami fell into the palace pond, and instead of drowning, she swam like a fish. The queen was shocked but kept it a secret. She loved Nami too much to let her go. But the truth about Nami's origins was about to surface. A mysterious old woman arrived at the palace, claiming to be a seer. She warned the queen that Nami was not human but a child of the sea. She belongs to the ocean, the woman said. If you keep her, the sea will take its revenge. The queen, furious, ordered the woman to leave. But deep down, she was afraid. That night, she dreamed of a giant wave swallowing her kingdom. She woke up trembling, wondering if she had made a terrible mistake. The next morning, the sea was unusually rough. Fishermen returned with empty nets, and the villagers complained of strange noises at night. The queen tried to ignore it, but the sea's anger grew. One evening, a massive wave crashed onto the shore, destroying homes. The villagers blamed Nami, saying she had angered the sea gods. The queen was torn between her love for Nami and her duty to protect her people. She decided to seek answers from the old seer. The queen found the old woman in a remote village. The seer revealed that Nami was a mermaid princess, stolen from the sea by a greedy fisherman, who had sold her to the queen. The sea king was furious and would stop at nothing to get his daughter back. The seer warned that if Nami wasn't returned, the kingdom would be destroyed. The queen was heartbroken, but knew what she had to do. She returned to the palace, determined to protect Nami at all costs. Nami, now 10 years old, began to notice her strange abilities. She could breathe underwater and communicate with sea creatures. She confided in her best friend, Kofi, a young servant boy. Together, they explored the ocean, where Nami felt most at home. But one day, they encountered a giant sea serpent that spoke to Nami. "You are the lost princess of the sea," it said. "Your father is searching for you." Nami was confused, but felt a deep longing to know the truth. The queen noticed Nami spending more time by the sea. She feared losing her daughter, and decided to keep her away from the water. She built a high wall around the palace, and forbade Nami from leaving. Nami felt trapped and began to resent the queen. Meanwhile, the sea's anger grew stronger. Storms ravaged the kingdom, and the villagers begged the queen to return Nami to the sea. The queen was torn but couldn't bear to let go. The villagers, desperate to save their homes, plotted to take Nami to the sea themselves. One night, they stormed the palace, demanding the queen hand over the child. The queen refused, and a fierce battle broke out. Nami, terrified, ran to the beach, where she was confronted by the sea serpent. "It's time to come home," it said. Nami hesitated, torn between her love for the queen and her longing for the sea. The queen found Nami on the beach and begged her to stay. Nami cried, "Why did you take me from the sea?" The queen, realizing she could no longer hide the truth, confessed everything. Nami was heartbroken but understood the queen's love. She decided to return to the sea to save the kingdom. As she stepped into the water, her legs transformed into a shimmering tail. The queen watched in awe as her daughter disappeared beneath the waves. The sea calmed, but the Sea King was not satisfied. He demanded justice for the stolen years with his daughter. He summoned a giant wave to destroy the kingdom. Nami pleaded with her father to spare the queen and the people who had raised her. The Sea King, moved by her compassion, agreed on one condition: The queen must apologize and make amends. Nami returned to the shore to deliver the message. The queen, filled with guilt, agreed to the Sea King's terms. She walked into the sea, offering her life in exchange for the kingdom's safety. Nami, unable to bear the thought of losing her mother, intervened. She begged her father to forgive the queen. The Sea King, seeing the bond between them, decided to spare the queen but warned that the kingdom must never harm the sea again. The kingdom was saved, and the queen vowed to protect the sea and its creatures. Nami divided her time between the palace and the ocean, bridging the gap between land and sea. The villagers, grateful for her sacrifice, celebrated her as a hero. But Nami's dual life was not without challenges. She struggled to balance her responsibilities to both worlds. As Nami grew older, she fell in love with Kofi, her childhood friend, but their love was forbidden, as Kofi was human and Nami was a mermaid. The Sea King forbade their relationship, fearing it would bring more trouble. Nami was heartbroken but determined to find a way to be with Kofi. She sought the help of the old seer, who told her of a magical pearl that could grant her wish. Nami and Kofi embarked on a dangerous journey to find the magical pearl. They faced treacherous waters, fierce sea creatures, and dark magic. Along the way, they discovered the strength of their love and their determination to be together. Finally, they found the pearl hidden in a cave guarded by a giant octopus. With courage and teamwork, they defeated the creature and claimed the pearl. Nami and Kofi returned to the kingdom with the magical pearl. Nami used its power to transform into a human, giving up her mermaid form forever. The Sea King, though saddened, blessed their union. The queen, overjoyed, welcomed Kofi into the royal family. The kingdom celebrated their love, and peace was restored. With Nami and Kofi's love uniting land and sea, the kingdom prospered. The queen became a wise and just ruler, respected by all. Nami used her knowledge of the sea to help the fishermen and protect the ocean. The villagers, once fearful of the sea, now saw it as a source of life and beauty. Years passed, and Nami and Kofi had a child, a beautiful girl who inherited her mother's connection to the sea. The queen, now old and wise, watched over her granddaughter with pride. The kingdom thrived, and the story of the queen, the mermaid princess, and their love became a legend passed down through generations. Nami, now a queen herself, stood by the sea, watching her daughter play in the waves. She smiled, knowing that the bond between land and sea would never be broken. The queen's mistake had led to a beautiful legacy of love, forgiveness, and unity. And as the sun set over the ocean, Nami whispered a prayer of gratitude to the gods for her extraordinary life.